Hi, everybody, and welcome to Room 9, the region's largest classroom. My name is Mrs. Brewer, and I am a third grade teacher at Gordon Bush Elementary School in the East St. Louis School District. And boys and girls, I am hoping today that you are feeling fabulous. It is Thursday. We're almost to Friday. You've been working hard all week with me. I can tell, boys and girls, we are rocking this thing we call multiplication. So boys and girls, before we get started, how are you feeling? Are we feeling great like Miss Brew today? You feeling kind of in the middle? Or are you feeling not so great? How are we feeling? Well, for those of you that have your thumbs up, I am happy. You are happy. For those of you in the middle, hopefully this multiplication will turn it right on up. And for those of you that are having a bad day, who had your thumbs down, I want you to repeat after me. Say, I am awesome. Ready again. Say, I am awesome. Ready? One more time. Ready? I am awesome. Boys and girls, I'm going to say we are awesome. Today, boys and girls, I will be here again teaching you a third grade math lesson on not just anything, but probably my favorite thing in all of the math world, all right, is multiplication. I love multiplication. I live to multiply. Everybody give me that big multiplication symbol. So let's live to multiply, boys and girls. What do you say? Let's turn those frowns upside down. Smile, right? Okay, everybody give me your best smile right now. Good, boys and girls. I know this isn't easy for some of us. Some of you are still virtual, like my student. Haven't been able to be in a classroom yet. Some of you may be teachers like me who wish we had the students back in the classroom, but here I am standing here with an empty classroom full of students. But I'm so happy I get to be with you guys here in room 9, teaching you boys and girls, and especially teaching you about multiplication. Makes it so much easier for me to deal with it, because it's not an easy thing to deal with. I know that, boys and girls. So yesterday, we started out by counting by 6, okay? We got with the mix, we could count by 6. So today, I'm gonna give you this little slice of heaven, because today, boys and girls, we're gonna skip count by 7. And just to help us out, I went ahead and wrote our 7s on the board, boys and girls, okay? So first we're just gonna start and count from 7 to 35. Unfortunately with the 7s, I don't have a tune as catchy as the 6s, but we'll see if we can catch one as we go through, okay? Ready? We have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. Ready? 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. Now you boys and girls. One more time. Great job. Okay. So now we have 7 to 35. Let's see if we can go to 70, boys and girls. You think we can? We can do it. I know we can. We got this. Ready? We're going to start with 7 again. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. We did it. We'll try it again. All right, let's do it one more time with me, and then I want to hear you boys and girls. Ready? 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. Let's hear it. We did it. We counted from 7 to 70. That is a great job, boys and girls. So we counted 1 7, 2 7s, 3, 4, and 5, 6 7s, 7 7s, 8 7s, 9 7s, 10 7s. We counted 10 sevens, boys and girls. Maybe that might come in a little handy next week. So let's keep practicing while you can, boys and girls, counting by 7. Just a little slice of heaven. We're counting by 7. All right. So today we have been talking about multiplication all week, boys and girls. We've been looking at equal groups. We had our bowling. We had our basketball team buying shoes. Okay. We've done all kinds of things with multiplication this week. We learned how to write our multiplication equations with our number of groups times how many in each group, right? And not only that, boys and girls, we worked on some strategies to help us solve multiplication facts, okay? The more we practice, the more we're going to be able to look at an equation and solve it like this, boys and girls. But until we get really proficient and really good with our facts, and it takes a while to learn them all, trust me, I'm still learning mine some days, I think, okay? So we work on strategies, boys and girls. So I know multiplication is fairly new to you, so we have strategies to help us, okay? So today we're going to use some of those strategies to help us solve some, are you ready? Because I am so ready for this. We're going to work on some word problems today, boys and girls, because that's kind of putting everything we've learned so far together, okay? So we've kind of been working on word problems all along. I don't want you to say, oh no, the dreaded word problems, I can't do it. But boys and girls, you can if you use your strategy, okay? And we're even going to talk through how to solve some word problems too, so we don't get stressed out when we get to the end of the test. And usually the word problems are at the end of the test, if they're like the ones my boys and girls take, my students take here, okay? But I don't want you boys and girls to freak out about that, because they're going to be easy for you. We're going to make it easy if you use your strategies. All right. So to start out, boys and girls, here is our first problem, okay? And I'm going to read it to you. We're going to put it on the board here. And then we're going to think about what this would look like, okay? Aiden and Hunter decided to bake cookies for their teachers. Are my sons so sweet, boys and girls? So sweet. They made 4 bags with 3 cookies in each bag. How many cookies did they bake? Okay, so first off, let's just see what's going on. Let's talk about this problem. Who was in this problem? Right, Aiden and Hunter, right? And what did Aiden and Hunter decide to do, boys and girls? Oh, they were going to be really nice and bake some cookies for their teachers, right? Okay, so did it tell us how many cookies they baked? No, it didn't, did they? But is there any information that can help us? Oh, it does tell us how many bags of cookies they made. Can you see, boys and girls, how many bags of cookies they made? Oh, so now I know that they made 4 bags, okay? Here it tells me 4 bags, okay? And what do we know about the amount of cookies they put in there? Oh, they put in 3 cookies. Did they put 3 in some, 4 in some, 5 in some? No, they put 3 cookies in each bag, okay? So now I know the boys baking cookies for the teachers, 4 bags of cookies, and each bag has 3 cookies in it. And now it's asking me, can I find the question? Oh, it's asking me how many cookies did they bake? Okay. So boys and girls, I'm going to take this problem and I'm going to put it up here behind us, because we know this is what we are trying to solve right now. okay? And so I'm just trying to visualize, what would this look like? What would these cookies look like, boys and girls? So I know they had how many bags? 4 bags, right? And how many cookies were in each bag? Do you remember? 3. So this is what it looks like here, boys and girls. Here are the cookies they baked. I'm sure their teachers will be so happy to get these. All right. So you can see I have 4 bags, and each bag has how many cookies? You're right, the 3. Okay. So now we know what happened in our word problem. Okay. The boys are baking cookies. They bake 4 bags, 3 cookies in each bag. But this is when the hard part comes. How do I solve this now? What would I do to solve this? Oh, I heard somebody out there tell me I can use multiplication. Why can I use multiplication here? I can use multiplication here because we're talking about equal groups, right? So to write my equation, first I have to find what? The number of groups, okay, or the number of bags. How many bags did we have? We had 1, 2, 3, 4 bags, right? Of, anytime we say of, remember we can write that multiplication symbol. Of how many cookies? How many in each? 3. So we have 4 bags of 3 cookies, okay? But it's been a while since we counted by 3. I can't remember how to count by 3s or 4s. So now, boys and girls, what do I do if I don't know 4 times 3? You're right. I go to my strategy, okay? Well, I can't remember how to skip count, so that's out. But, oh, Mrs. Brewer taught me the past 2 days how to make an array. Okay, so can I make an array here? Absolutely, I can. So to start my array, what do I need to do? You're right. Find out how many groups I have or how many bags I have. And how many bags do I have? You're right, 4. Now, what do I do at home if I do not have these cool little magnets this Brewer has? What can I do at home? You're exactly right. I can start drawing my circles, can't I? Okay? I can always draw it out. You know, we always use circles in here, but X's work too. They're pretty quick. Okay? I wouldn't waste your time drawing cookies with the chocolate chips or the raisins, whatever kind of cookies you like, okay? Do something quick and simple and easy for you to draw. All right? If you're quicker with X's, go with X's. If you're quicker with O's, go with O's. Kind of like a tic-tac-toe, I guess. All right? Never really thought about it that way before. All right? So the 4 tells me I need 4 rows. And what do I need with my 3? Oh, that's right. That's how many are in each row. Now watch. Here's 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. All right? There's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So give me a thumbs up if you agree here that I have 4 rows of 3. Should see thumbs up. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 1, 2, 3 in each row. But now how do I solve it? Is this my answer? Can I just turn in an array for my answer? No, I can't. How do I solve it? Right, this is the easy part. I can count it all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You are exactly right. 4 times 3 is 12. So thank you to those of you, the person out there that yelled, count them up. You were right. Thank you for telling me that. So now, how many cookies did the boys bake? The boys baked 12, what? 12 cookies. Okay? Does it matter who the boys were? Does it matter who the teachers were? No, it just matters how many cookies did they bake. Okay. Good job, boys and girls, for participating with that. And those of you that helped me out back there, that was awesome. But don't worry, the fun's not going to stop here, because not only are we talking about cookies, we're also getting ready to think about having a party. And what do we need for a party, boys and girls? We need balloons. We need balloons. What's a party without a balloon? I'm going to get rid of the cookies. And now we're going to get ready to have our party. And in our party, right, we had, the wind is blowing, and it is blowing things around like crazy, boys and girls. So, all right, my balloons flew away. Can you believe that? All right, so here is our next problem we need to solve, okay? So our next problem says Mark had bought 8 bunches of balloons. Each bunch had 3 balloons. How many balloons did Mark have? Okay, so let's start thinking about this. Okay, Mark had bought 8 bunches of balloons. Have you ever seen bunches of balloons, boys and girls? Okay, balloons kind of tied together in a group. Oh, in a what? Oh, in a group. Huh. Every time I think group now, I need to think of what? You're right, multiplication. Okay, for it to be multiplication, we know it has to be equal groups. Were these groups equal? We had 8 bunches, but how many bunches, or how many balloons did each bunch have? Each bunch had 3 balloons, okay? How many balloons did Mark have in all? All right, so my word problem is going to go right here behind us, boys and girls. I'm sorry, this wind here now all of a sudden is crazy. Yesterday it was hot. Today I opened my door and the wind is coming through. Kind of feels nice, not gonna lie. Okay, so what do we know about Mark? He bought balloons for the party, right? Good thing we invited Mark to the party then. And we know that he had 8 bunches of 3 balloons. Okay, so you can kind of see this, boys and girls. This one's kind of light. All right, so this is kind of what we're talking about here. So I can't see these balloons real well. So is there another way that I could show the 8 bunches that Mark bought? Oh, you know, if I ever need to see something and I'm not that good of drawing, or if I just want to see the numbers a little clearer, I can even go to a bar diagram, boys and girls, to represent these balloons. These are a little hard to see. How many bunches did he buy? It says here Mark bought 8. Okay, so to represent the bunches, how many spaces do you think I need to have here? Boxes. Oh, probably 8, right? So here goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I drew these as evenly as I could, okay? So I drew 7 lines, but how many boxes do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes, okay? So we know each box represents what? A bunch of balloons. And how many balloons does he have in each bunch? He has 3 balloons in each bunch. So how can I represent 3 here? Oh, I can just put a 3 in the boxes, right? So here are 3 balloons. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay? So what I have represented here, boys and girls, we know each box is 1 bunch of balloons. Okay? How can I solve how many balloons he had? Is there a multiplication equation I can use here? Yes, because I said when he started talking about bunches, that made me think groups. And then when I read on, I saw that each bunch had 3. So I know that each group is what is equal, okay? First, I need to find out how many groups did he have. You're right, he has 8 groups. Okay. 8 groups of, and how many balloons did Mark have in each bunch? He had 3. So my multiplication equation is 8 times 3. And girls, God hasn't taught me to count by 8 yet. So what do I do? Of course, I know I have to go to my strategies. Okay, so I don't know how to skip count. It's kind of big for an array. Maybe I'll use repeated addition. Okay, so when I use repeated addition, I can find out which number is the biggest and add it the smaller number of times. Okay, so if you think 8 is the biggest, lean towards the 8. If you think 3 is the bigger number, lean towards the 3. 8 is the bigger number. So I'm going to use 8, and I'm going to add 8 how many times? 3 times. So now I have 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay. So I know 8 plus 8 equals 16 because I know my doubles. 16 plus 8. I'm going to count up 8 from 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. So I now know 8 times 3 equals 24. 8 plus 8 plus 8, using repeated addition, equals 24. Then 8 3 times, or 8 times 3 equals 24 what? What did he have? 24 balloons. All right. So that's one heck of a party Mark's throwing, isn't he, with 24 balloons? Wow. Uh-oh, boys and girls, the wind is coming, and guess what? Blowing our balloons away. Right? There goes our balloon. Bye-bye, balloons. Right? So, let's think one more thing that's happening around here. Oh, I know, boys and girls. Right here, I happen to have another problem. Imagine that. All right, so Eleanor went trick-or-treating and was given 4 bags of candy. Each bag had 5 pieces of candy in it. How much candy did Eleanor receive? Well, let's talk it out again. What happened? Eleanor went trick-or-treating. And what happened when she went trick-or-treating? Oh, she was given 4 bags of candy. Okay. Oh, that kind of sounds like what again? Oh, a group, right? Okay. Oh, my mind goes to multiplication because they need to be equal groups. So let's keep reading to see if it's equal groups. Each bag had 5 pieces of candy in it. Oh, so would it be equal if each bag had 5 pieces? Right, it would. How much candy did Eleanor receive? Okay, so I am going to put my problem back up here, boys and girls, and we're going to see if we can visualize what this looks like. Okay, we know trick-or-treating was just around the corner just the other week, right? Maybe some of you got to go. Some of you might not have been so lucky. It's always going to be next year, and we'll do it up bigger and better, I'm sure, next year. Okay, so here are Eleanor's bags. How many bags does she have? Right, 4. And how many pieces of candy are in each bag here? 5. Okay, so does that represent what our problem said? Yes, 4 bags of candy, Each bag had 5 pieces. Okay, I'm looking here. Each bag here has 5 pieces. Everything's flipping sliding on me. Okay, so what multiplication equation can I write from this? Well, how many groups did she have? 4 groups. How many in each group? 5. She had 5 pieces of candy. All right, boys and girls. So if I have a multiplication equation like this, how would you solve this? Which one of our strategies here would work? There's someone back there who's skip counting. Why would skip counting work here? You're right, because we have the 5. We can skip count by 5 fairly easy, can't we? All right, we know what to do. We're going to count by 5. How many times? 4. So go ahead and put up 4 fingers. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so how many pieces of candy did Eleanor receive? She received 20 pieces of candy. We just count 5, 10, 15. Okay, so boys and girls, do not let these word problems scare you. When you start reading, read just like I did. Think, what does this sound like? What would it look like? If it's nothing you can draw out like this, and you don't have these pretty pictures like I have, go to those bar diagrams like I did. How many groups? Here, how many groups would I have had to have? 4, right? 4 boxes. And what number could I put in each box? You're right, 5, right? So as you read through, start thinking, does this sound like a group? And if it does, are they equal? And boys and girls, if they're equal groups, we can just use what? Multiplication. And if you don't know the answer to the equation, you have what? Strategies that you can solve it. Okay? Next week we will be back and we will be focusing again on multiplication. Get ready for some bigger numbers, boys and girls. I will see you back here next time. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.